Everyone hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. We'll go ahead and get started. Trace, if I can have you call roll.
Magistrate Cold Iron,
Present.
Magistrate Riley,
Present.
and Magistrate Humphrey,
Present.
and Judge Executive Chuck Dill.
Present. Item number 3 on our agenda is approval of regular meeting minutes of July 6, 2021.
Having read and reviewed the minutes of July the 6th, 2021, I make a motion we approve as presented.
I'll second.
I have a motion made by Magistrate Codar and a second by Magistrate Humphrey. All in favor by saying aye and raise your right hand.
Aye.
All in favor, motion carries. Moving down to fiscal matters, our first item is A, approval of claims of the general fund, road fund, and jail fund, along with transfers presented dated July 20th, 2021.
Having reviewed the on the general fund and jail fund and the transfers as presented, I make a motion to approve.
I will second.
I have a motion made by Magistrate Codar, a second by Magistrate Riley. All in favor by saying aye, raise your right hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Here's everyone's in favor, motion carries. Moving down to item B, approval of various roads resurfacing bids. And it was advertised out for bid. We had 2 of the contractors bid, Rigler and Eaton Asphalt. They bid on 8 roads that we were utilizing our state flex funds money to repave. And they bid it on 25 roads that we're looking at using some of our general fund money to pave these roads, along with discretionary funds to pave these roads. Looking through it, everyone got a copy of the actual bids. On our quote that we advertised in the paper that went out to all of our contractors, we were bidding on this per ton as we've been bidding for the last several years. It appears that Eaton Asphalt came under on each and every road by anywhere from $10 to $15 or so, well, even 20 some dollars a ton on the roads. And some of them actually is close to 25. We got a $74.50 a ton with Rigler and $105 a ton with Eaton Asphalt. So those were our 2 people that bid on the roads.
Yeah, Rigler was the one that had like the $74.50, from anywhere from $74.50 to $76.
That's correct.
I thought you said Eaton did.
I may have yes, Rigler had the lowest bid per ton. Eaton Asphalt ranged anywhere from $81 is the lowest, all the way up to $106.75 a ton. So the bid committee opened up the bids last week. Present was Magistrate Codar, Stephen Bates, myself, along with Steve Tatum, our road supervisor. We looked through the bids and it appeared that Rigler, by what we bidded out, is the one that came in with the cheapest bid for all the roadways that were bidded on. So with that said, I'd like to get a motion that we grant Rigler Contractors Paving with the bid on all the roadways that we've put out. Like I said, there was 8 roads that was put out. We've got a copy of that here in our office for anyone in the public wants to see which roads we'll be paving under the flex funds. And then we went ahead and bid out these other roads that we can request for discretionary funds from the state. What we don't get, we can look at our general fund dollars and try to get some of these ones that are in major disrepair repaved.
will make a motion based upon the figures and the way the bid was presented that Rigler be granted the opportunity to pave the 8 roads as bid out.
I will second.
Now, also on that, we've got a second. They bid on all the roads, so we've got 2 different categories. We'll be doing the flex funds first, but also we want to accept these bids that if we get these paved this year, or if it falls into next year because we have the funding to do so, that we approve allowing them to have the bid.
So do we need another bid on that as well, or?
Yeah, just
Or,
all roads that we presented and advertised in the paper, that all bids were recognized at the lower cost per ton to Rigler.
I'll make that motion as such.
I will second.
Okay, a motion made by Magistrate Humphrey, a second by Magistrate Riley. All in favor by saying aye and raise your right hand.
Aye.
Aye.
It appears the motion carries. Rigler's been awarded the bids. The next item we put out for bid in the newspaper was approval of county parking lots that needed resurfacing. And we had listed the parks, road and parking areas, the sheriff's office, detention center, and animal shelter. It appears that I'll get to the parking lots. Rigler was the lowest bid on the parking lots per ton.
I make a motion to accept Rigler's bids that we have opened within the respective road committee to pave the county parking lots, animal shelter, sheriff's department, and the Grant County Detention Center based off the lowest amount per ton.
I
I'll
second.
second the motion.
We have a motion made by Magistrate Riley, a second. I believe the first one was by Magistrate Codharn on a second. All in favor by saying aye, raise your right hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, all in favor. Moving down to item D, we have an appointment of Doug Penix to the Grant County Library Board of Trustees, and he'll be replacing Matthew D. Smith, who has resigned, and I believe Matthew has moved out of the county. I was sent a list of 2 individuals, and the Grant County Library Trustees had listed that this is who they were requesting to appoint.
I make a motion to appoint Doug Pennick to the Grant County Library Board of Trustees to replace Matthew T. Smith.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion made by Magistrate Codharn, a second by Magistrate Humphrey. All in favor by saying aye, raise your right hand.
Aye.
Aye.
It appears all is in favor, motion carries. We currently don't have any old business to present nor new business, so we'll move on down to reports. Anything that magistrates want to report with, we'll start with you, Jacqueline.
Nothing to report this evening, sir. Just normal follow-up with constituents, mostly on roadways, which Mr. Tatum's aware of.
Yes. Shauna, anything to report
No,
tonight?
no, I
Okay.
don't report.
Roger?
Following up on all the roads and people calling in, having the different things. I spoke with Judge Dills and Road Supervisor Tatum, getting that all taken care of. I would like to commend the Parks and Recreation Department on the appearance of the park, the Grant County Park, and the Martha Blaine Theater renovation. The park, in my opinion, looks better now than it has in decades. And we have some people, some dedicated people now that's making sure that our infrastructure is being taken care of as it should have been for years and never was. So thank you.
Well, I want to add to that, getting down to my reports, that, yeah, I think all of us have seen the amphitheater. That I want to commend Wolf Steel and Kerry Coleman reaching out to Wolf Steel. They used all volunteer hours, community hours, to build the new handrails for the amphitheater. Mike Walters, and I may have mentioned before in one of our other meetings, he has done all the artwork on the side of the building. So, and that's the nicest the building's ever looked, even before it was built. So,
Oh, absolutely.
I commend her on the design, and all the letters, putting Martha Blaine's name back on it, who paid for that building in the beginning, was all cut out of metal by Wolf Steel. So there was a lot of material and time that Wolf Steel donated to our park. So I want to recognize them when they're done with their job, because they didn't have to do that, but that just shows how they're committed to the community. So I appreciate the work on it. Once we
I
get
have
to
one other thing.
yes.
Judge Deals, I'd like to commend you on our clock tower at the courthouse. That clock tower has been in disrepair for I don't know how many years, and to see it in its working order now and the way it's running up and going, and the appearance is just phenomenal, and it's something to be very proud of. And again, I commend you, Judge Deals, for getting this done for us.
Well, thank you. And they're almost finished with it, but I will say that the clock is now working, all three. It's done on modern technology, and that the bell rings every hour, and I can hear it from my house on Roselawn every hour that it rings.
So the clock is ticking.
The clock is ticking.
Clock is ticking. And structurally, I don't have to worry about it falling over on the rest of the building. So
Amen. Amen.
I'm glad to see that
hands,
part of it fixed.
Did they keep the hands original? Did you ever tell everybody what those hands were made out of, the clock hands?
The original hands were made of wood, and they were deteriorated, but he actually copied the design of the original hands and made them out of aluminum. They cut them out with a plasma cutter out of aluminum, weighted them, and put them back on the original clock. So,
Great.
Appearance
I will
wise,
say, yeah, it's really cool when you come across like the Codwell Bridge by the Justice Center and you look up just how predominant and noticeable it is. So,
yeah, it lights up well. So, yeah, I'm glad to see getting that project done. And like I said, it was a lot of the infrastructure that I was concerned with, as much as the beauty of it. But yeah, we need to preserve our properties for our kids and grandkids. So
Absolutely. Well, and a lot of people, I think, Judge Deals, a lot of people, instead of just thinking, well, we're spending money on getting a clock tower working, they don't realize that the damage that was done up there was causing water leaks into the building and deteriorating the rest of the building. So it's something that had to be done. And so it was money well spent.
well, that's the first time in 84 years it's really been worked on. So I'm hoping with the putting it all in vinyl and aluminum that it's going to last more than 84 years the next time. So
Yes.
I don't know that any of us is going to be around for that. So, well, thank you. Moving down to citizens address. Has anyone joined us on Zoom? I see we have some guests that has anything to bring before the court. It appears not. I just want to remind everyone, our next meeting will be in person Tuesday, August 3rd, 2021 in the courtroom. With that being said, I need a motion to adjourn.
so move.
Just a minute before we adjourn, I've had a couple of people reach out to me to clarify that the August 3rd meeting will be at the courthouse, not on Zoom.
Correct. It's
No,
the first meeting of the month.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
first meeting of
in
the month
person.
in person.
I wanted to relay that because I've had a couple emails on that.
Yes.
And if it's pertaining to the zoning,
Yes.
we haven't received anything yet from planning and zoning. I'll be meeting with Becky Ruhal, the director of planning and zoning, tomorrow, and I may be able to get a date that they've done their process before it comes to us.
Sure. So there's no,
Okay.
there's no guarantee that it will be up for approval on the 3rd, because we
Right.
haven't planning and zoning yet.
Yes. I'd say likely that could be the date, but yes, it will be in person.
Okay.
So I had a motion by,
Judge Dills, isn't it correct to say that meeting will take place in person? That will not be a Zoom meeting for
that's
that?
correct.
Yeah, okay. So you can clarify that with them, Shauna. That'll probably help out with everybody getting emails questioning how that will take place.
Okay. What you're saying then is even if it is on this, the second or the third Tuesday of the month, we're going to have it in person relating to that planning and zoning comes through with that.
Yes, if for some reason the process through planning and zoning doesn't get to us timely where we can have it on the 3rd, yes, our second meeting of the month of August will be in person.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that.
Okay, I have a motion made by Magistrate Riley to adjourn,
I'll second.
second by Magistrate Humphrey. All in favor by saying aye, raise your right hand.
Aye.
Aye.
All in favor, motion carries. We're now adjourned. Thank you all for coming out on Zoom tonight.
Thank you.